Lane Kiffin is back in the SEC, which should make an interesting season because of the obvious, even more intriguing in the SEC Western Division. MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football, breaking down the game we love each and every day. Our mission statement is clear: to provide the best in discussion, debate, and analysis for you, the hardcore college football fan. And here we go. This is our latest in our edition in reviewing the revised SEC schedules that were released about 2 weeks ago. You've got the Ole Miss Rebels. All right. Of course, for any first-year head coach, it's going to be more difficult than is typically the challenge for a first-year head coach in implementing a structure, terminology, culture, building relationships between himself and the entire roster, and also all the new position coaches and coordinators and the roster. But in this pandemic of an offseason, that task has been made immeasurably more difficult. So keep that in mind when you're evaluating first-year head coaches. And we've got a couple in the SEC Western Division, of course, in Mississippi. Let's talk Lane Kiffin and Rebels. Difficult SEC schedule. And, of course, for the lower tier, especially of the SEC, they do not have those FCS games and those group of 5 games to count on a few wins before they have to face the conference slate, the best conference in America. Like, comment, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. And for the Rebels, we've got the power index probability of winning each game compared to mine. And, of course, I made mine out before I looked at the power index so I would not be influenced. Here's the slate for the Rebels. They've got Florida in Oxford to open the season. We both see about 24-26% winning probability for the Ole Miss Rebels, so they've got a fighting chance in this one against the Gators. Then they go to Kentucky. Then they've got Alabama. Now, against Kentucky on the road, 37-32% chance of winning that game against the Wildcats, according to myself and the power index. Alabama at home, this is the figure we typically see among anybody not named LSU or Auburn or Georgia against the Crimson Tide. An 8% chance of defeating Nick Saban and company at home. Then the game at Arkansas. Okay, this is the first game of the season. Ole Miss will be a favorite unless things change drastically in the first 3 games of the season. Ole Miss at a 58% winning percentage probability according to the index. I've got them at 65%. So you say, Mark, why are you picking Ole Miss to lose to Arkansas? As things stand right now, in evaluating the personnel and the 2 coaching staffs, which of course is another new coaching staff and new head coach, Sam Pittman, at Arkansas in the SEC Western Division, I believe that Ole Miss is a better football team based on current evaluation of the way they performed last year, additions and subtractions included. Ole Miss is the better roster than Arkansas, but the better roster doesn't always win the game. Therefore, don't be surprised, of course, if Ole Miss wins the game. They're the better team as it stands right now in late August. I don't necessarily expect that to change, but they've got a date at Arkansas on the road. I'm giving the Hogs a 35% chance of winning that game, and I believe they'll pull through with the win. All right. Then Ole Miss is going to turn around in a game that they are a decided underdog at 80% according to the FPI. I've got them at a 61% underdog against Auburn. But at home in Oxford, they pull it off and they get the win, followed by a win against Vanderbilt on the road in Nashville. They've got South Carolina at home. That's a toss-up game with actually, for myself, a 52% chance of winning against the Gamecocks. The FPI really likes the Rebels at 62%, but I think they get tagged with the loss before finishing off with Texas A&M on the road. They've got Mississippi State, in which, based on the additions and subtractions, the power index really is down on Mississippi State this season at a 77% chance of the Rebels winning that rivalry game. I'm not quite as confident, but still a solid favorite in Ole Miss against Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. And then a similar fate going on the road to LSU as facing Alabama with about a 10% chance of winning. So it all adds up to 3 wins and 7 losses for me in evaluating Lane Kiffin and the Rebels this year. If you look at the FPI and add up all the results of the games, they have the Rebels going at 4-6. Need to get your record projection for Ole Miss football in Lane Kiffin's first stint in Oxford right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. And we'll see you next time with the rest of the SEC Western Division.